Hey everybody, so today is an exciting day. I kind of finally pulled the trigger, pun intended, on getting what's called a PCP air rifle, which stands for pre-charged pneumatic air rifle. So this is pretty much the strongest thing that shoots a projectile that you're going to get outside of a firearm, to my knowledge, and excluding like bow and arrows and shit. So yeah, this is by a brand called Umarex, and pretty much this is just the bee's knees. I'm super excited about this. It's the Origin, and so maximum power up to 40 shots, 10-shot magazines, moderate air, shrouded barrel, and noise dampener, ever pressure system, fill in just 4 minutes with the Umarex ready air. That's probably some sort of pump. And then here is all your specs. You got a 22 caliber PCP air rifle, filling half the time. So we got up to 1100 feet per second, 3625 psi air pressure, 22 pellets, and you got a compensator on there. So yeah, 1100 FPS is kind of crazy because I think it's anything above 1150 feet per second is supersonic, depending on how close to sea level you're at. So this is just under the sound barrier, and just looking at the price point and the reviews, and I have made a couple purchases on other Umarex lately, a brand I've never heard of, but I guess they're kind of along lines with Daisy and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. And I also had to get a high pressure pump, a hand pump. I didn't want to spend $500 on a high pressure air pump, so I got a hand one. All right, so let's open it up. Oh baby, there goes the box. So yeah, when the box showed up, I was like, damn, that is way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. So you got your pamphlets, you know, all the stuff that I'm definitely gonna take time and read all of this crap before I start shooting. We will have ballistic tests going on just to look at penetration. So here are your magazines, 22 cal, 10 shots a clip. So that's pretty cool. You just have both of those loaded up. And then let's look at the goods. Not sure what that is. It looks like you get a tiny Allen wrench. Ooh, and some really small little O-rings. Maybe that's the bolt. Maybe you get an extra bolt. I don't know. I'm gonna read everything. All right, so oh yeah, I forgot to say, this was I think $290. With the pump, it was about $360. That's kind of what we're looking at. So just on first impressions, it feels good. It feels really good in the hand.
That's what she said!
Gosh, it's just so big. I don't even want to do anything. So yeah, looks like that's where your bolt is gonna be. And you got this type of side action. On this side, you have your PSI gauge. You got save, fire, Umarex. It has no sights at all. It's just a dang barrel. But it has, obviously, you got your Picatinny rail. So I need to get some accessories. I don't have fucking anything for it. I didn't expect it. It doesn't have irons or nothing. It's kind of poopy. Alright, so I thought might as well, because after I unbox these, I'm definitely going to have to edumacate myself, so let's just open both of them up. Okay, air pump instructions. So yeah, if you are interested in getting a PCP rifle, you do need to get these type of pumps. That's a lot of O-rings. Golly. What is that? Oh. Yep, this is going to be more work than I thought.
Do it!
I don't want to lose parts. Holy crap. Good God. Yeah, this is a pump, bro. This is like 20 pounds in my hand right now. Good Lord. Well, I got to assemble that too. So that's going to take a minute. I'm just taking my time. Like I said, I'm going to read everything. All right, so it definitely feels good in the hands. Yeah, this is just a massive rifle. I was not expecting it to be this large. And so this is going to be you got your barrel on the top for shooting and the bottom barrel for filling. So I am going to take some time and educate myself. These is not something that, you just want to run into. That would be a pretty expensive or dangerous mistake. I mean, we're talking about nearly 4,000 PSI. That's a lot of bars. So yeah, I'm going to take some time. I'm going to read every word in the literature, assemble the pump, and get it all going. And when I'm all educated and a new man, I'm going to come back to you guys and I'm going to educate you. So if you do decide to get this rifle or another one that's similar to it, you know exactly what to do and what not to do. And if I make any mistakes, we'll all learn from it. All right, so yeah, let me get into that, and I might see you tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm going to get to work. All right, so I'm back. I'm edumacated, and I wanted to go over a couple things with you guys. If you're interested about buying this particular rifle or any PCP rifles, because I've been doing research on these for quite a while now, and I finally decided to pull the trigger. So it's definitely not a plug and play, right? This is probably as close as you're going to get to something that's manageable for, a reasonable price. So we got our pump. This is the air pump I bought. I'll leave a link for the one that I got. It was pretty straightforward. The instructions are absolute just nonsense. This kind of tells you how to put it together. And then if you run into other things that you need to repair over time. So this is a high pressured pump that pumps up to 6,000 PSI. And I was a little worried about how difficult it would be to pump this air rifle. But to be fair, it wasn't that bad at all. Like, it was a workout, right? You definitely got your blood flowing, but it wasn't nearly as bad as I've read in other places. So that was a relief. It did get hot though. That was the thing. It got really hot. So I'm going to slow down next time. I think in PCP pre-charged pneumatic, it has to come with a lot of air or gas in it, because it just started pumping up right away. And to get up to 3,000 PSI, yeah, there definitely needs to be something already in there for it to get up that fast. So let's go over first thing, in no particular order. We got these two 10-round mags, right? And so what you do is it's like that, right? And you slide it all the way around until that nub is going to catch on a notch right there, like this. And it's not going to go back. And so there's a hole in the back. And so you'll see the bolt of this gun actually holds the entire magazine in place. So the instructions were cover the hole in the back like that so it can't go through. And then you're going to put your first pellet in head first. Kind of tap it into place. There we go. And make sure it doesn't fall at the back. And then you push it back counterclockwise. And now you could go one by one and feed them all in So we got that mag loaded up. 10 rounds in there. And before we cock it, I want to show you the process of pumping it. It probably took close to 80 pumps to get it going. And we'll look at some features of the rifle itself. And then this is where the magic happens. So under here, you pull this back, and you got 3 ports. This is your fill. This is your emergency overpressure popper doodad. This is your degas. You got your degas screw in there. And then that last one is nothing. It doesn't say what that last one is, but there's definitely a screw in there.
Thank you for that.
Right there. And so what you do is it comes with this. This is how you fill it, right? So you put the sides with the O-rings in your rifle, and you got a hole, and that's where all that pressure and the air is going to get filtered through that. So you're going to push this in here like that until it can't go down anymore. And then you're going to plug your pump to that, like this. Pull it down, push it in. Now you're locked in. And then you could pump. And so I already pumped it a little bit, as you could tell, with the, what are we looking at right now? About 2,700 PSI. You can see in there. And everything in the green is optimal. Anything out of the green is no Beano. You definitely don't want to go above the green, because then you're risking exploding your gun. Woo! And that would not be very good. So yeah, what I would do first is put everything, without breaking everything, put everything on the ground, and then open up my little pump has little legs for stowability, and then you start pumping. Oh yeah, you got a relief valve on the back of your pump that you want to tighten, obviously, and then start a pumping. And it takes a couple pumps to start building pressure in the pump itself. And your pump has a pressure gauge that you don't want to overfill, obviously, as well. And once you get higher to the fillability of this rifle, it's going to get harder to pump. And again, I don't want to push this pump too hard, because it wasn't the most expensive pump, and I don't want to die. And what I didn't realize is this pump gets hot. Like, I guess it's like liquid cooled. There's some sort of hydraulic stuff going on in there. And with the pump, you want to go all the way down. That's where all the magic happens, is that last little 1.5 inches. Okay, like I said, it is a workout. I don't want to fill this gun all the way to the top, because I don't plan on shooting it a whole bunch. So we're just gonna, like I said, when I pulled it out of the box, it filled up really quickly. But once you get to like this craziness, it's not filling up very fast. Yeah, if you weigh under 130 pounds, I don't think you're gonna pump this by yourself, because I weigh about 190 and my feet are coming up off the ground like a pogo stick. Okay. Yeah, so we're filled up as high as I feel comfortable filling it up. So at this point you want to, yeah, this thing is fucking hot. You want to relieve the pressure that's in your pump. It's not going to drain the gun. Open that bad boy up. And then you could just pull the adapter right out. Just like that. And remember, this adapter came with the gun, not with the pump. This goes into your female on the pump itself, right? So that goes into there. So this is kind of sold on the fact that you're probably going to be pumping it by hand, because a lot of people will pump these with air tanks. I've heard of people pumping these guns with air tanks where they somehow put the pressure of the tank inside of the gun itself. And I have no means of doing that. So I got a pump. And of course they have electric pumps as well. But man, the cheapest one I could find was about the price of this gun. So I just didn't feel like dropping $1,000 on my air gun stuff right now. Let's put it on safe first and foremost. And you can see we are at about 3,400 PSI. Just about 3,400. So yeah, so there's a couple other adjustments that you can make to this gun that, you know, if you're super picky, you can. Okay, so according to the manual, this screw in there is your trigger travel adjustment screw. So if you're not happy with the way that the trigger is, that hole goes into there. The one in the middle is your trigger pull adjustment screw. So that's going to be the one right in there. So you got holes to go in there. And then there's one more screw right there in this last one. And that is your over travel adjustment screw. I don't know what any of those things mean, but if it's important to you, then go ahead and adjust them. And then of course we got to get sights on this thing. We got to populate that Picatinny rail. All right, so we got the pump out of the way. We got loading it out of the way. So yeah, to load it, we are going to, first of all, put it on safe, which is right there. We are on safe. Fire safe. So we're going to put it on safe. And then we're going to get our magazine, and the clear side of the magazine is going to go towards you, right? So we're going to pull the bolt back, make sure it catches. And then you're going to slide this in. Kind of got to get the feel for it. Like that. Now it's locked into place. And then we're on safe still. We're going to push the bolt back or forward. Like that. And just kind of finesse it. Don't be too crazy, because lead, those pellets can deform, and you don't want to shoot a deformed pellet out of there. And so now we're ready to go. Yeah, so now it's on to the testing portion. We're going to look at sound and penetration. One more thing I wanted to show you is, according to the manual, there's a screw in here, and if you turn that screw with the provided Allen wrench, this screw will increase or decrease your FPS, okay? So what I did is I went in there and I turned it all the way up. Clockwise means there's going to be more FPS, more velocity. So it's controlled velocity. What did I do? So right away I turned it all the way up. I turned it as clockwise as you could possibly go. And then what happened was the bolt wouldn't catch. So I backed it off a little bit, and now the bolt is working fine. So I'm just going to turn it clockwise again, because we want all the power. All right, so let's see what type of power this thing's got. All right, so let's get some slow motion. Let's hear how loud it is. Let's see what we got. And so I've got a much better backdrop this time. That was very loud. My ears are ringing. Alright, so with the ballistics gel, we had some pretty good results. One thing that I noticed in comparison to the other air guns that I've tested is that the entry wounds are really nasty and just jagged. So one of them ended up there. One of them did go all the way through. So yeah, that path made it all the way through. Look at our entrances. Yeah, just real nasty, jagged entrances, man. And one thing that I'm somewhat surprised at, those quote-unquote hollow point pellets. Oh, that one did expand. Look at that. Yeah, that absolutely expanded. And what's really cool is look at that air pocket around it. Yeah, that's way deformed. That's the one that made it through. Ended up right. Oh, two of them made it through. Two of them made it through. Okay. Let's just get all angles here. Yeah, that one's got like a big air pocket around it. Yeah, those entrance ones are nasty, dude. Oh yeah. So this is the second block that I had behind it, and that's one of the BBs, and that's the other one. So all in all, I'd say we got about 14 inches of ballistics gel penetration. Yeah, we're just focusing on these two. I've shot this second block before. So yeah, let's take a look at one of the hollow points. I'll pull them both out. Ew. And they definitely started to expand. There's no doubt about it. A normal pellet doesn't look like that. As a matter of fact, I'll just go get one. So yeah, there you could really see the one on your left has not been fired, and then the two on your right have. And they definitely did expand. That zoom got all creepy. In comparison to that one, for sure. Alright, so overall, I'm pretty freaking stoked. Man, that was I have zero buyer's remorse. We'll just put it like that, alright? Yeah, this is a really cool thing. And it's extremely loud. Okay, this thing, my ears were ringing after I shot it. So, like I said, we're pushing supersonic with pellets. Yeah, whenever I just started to look into the whole PCP air rifle world, I was just totally blown away at the numbers that these things can pull. So, yeah, if you're looking for your first PCP air rifle, like I said, with the pump and this rifle, it was about $360. I will put the receipt up so y'all can see that right now. At a certain point, I'm really looking forward to taking my whole arsenal, especially this outside, and really getting some target practice in, and really, pushing it through the paces, seeing what it could really do, at range. I'm gonna get some accessories, and yeah, we're gonna really push it through the paces. So if y'all have any questions for me or any recommendations, feel free to leave them. If this is your first time here, leave a like, subscribe, check out my other stuff. I often do reviews like this, similar to this. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, let me know. Like, subscribe, and have a good day.